Hi, it's Jane. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to add to a video, and I'm also going to talk about setting the index number, and you will see what doing that does to the video. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about how quirky AI can be. Here we go. Stay tuned. Websites. Let me preemptively say that whatever website you see, you will find the link in the description. Okay, I'm going to ask if I have a picture of an owl and I want it to be shown in the passenger seat of a car wearing a reflective instructor vest and small glasses. There is a nervous young man in the driver's seat behind the wheel. The car slowly approaches an empty four-way stop. The man carefully stops, looks left, looks right, and waits. The owl silently stares at him. The man nervously asks, "Was that okay?" The owl slowly rotates its head almost completely around, checking every direction. Oops. Checking every direction without moving the rest of its body. After a long pause, the owl turns back, turns back toward the man and calmly says, "You missed one." The man looks completely confused. The owl points one wing toward the road and says again. The car slowly starts to drive around the block while the owl sits there looking extremely disappointed. How do I prompt Grok Imagine to do this? And enter. Okay, we have a prompt. It says, use the uploaded owl image as the exact visual reference for the owl, preserving its appearance, feather patterns, proportions, and identity. Create a realistic cinematic driving test scene inside a car. The owl is sitting upright in the front passenger seat, wearing a reflective driving instructor safety vest and small glasses, looking extremely serious and unimpressed. A nervous adult man is in the driver's seat behind the steering wheel. The car slowly approaches a quiet, completely empty four-way stop intersection. The man brings the car to a complete stop, carefully looks left, then right, then waits. The owl remains perfectly still and silently stares at him with a stern, judgmental expression. After an awkward pause, the man turns slightly toward the owl and nervously asks, "Was that okay?" The owl says nothing at first, keeping its body completely motionless and facing forward. The owl slowly rotates only its head almost completely around in a natural owl-like motion, deliberately checking behind and in every direction. After a long comedic pause, the owl smoothly rotates its head back toward the man, looks directly at him through its small glasses, and calmly says in a dry, deadpan voice, "You missed one." The man looks completely confused and baffled. Without changing its disappointed expression, the owl raises one wing and points toward the road ahead, then firmly says, "Again." The man reluctantly begins driving. The car slowly pulls away from the stop sign and starts going around the block while the owl remains seated upright in the passenger seat, staring ahead with an extremely disappointed driving instructor expression. Keep the humor subtle and deadpan. Maintain consistent character appearance, clothing, car interior, seating positions, and lighting throughout. Realistic owl anatomy and movement, realistic human reactions, natural vehicle motion, cinematic framing, believable daylight, detailed feathers, and interior textures. Exactly one owl and one man. The owl never drives, never changes seats, and never moves its body while rotating its head. The man speaks slowly. "Was that okay?" The owl speaks only, "You missed one," and "again." Okay, now we're going to come up here and we're going to copy this. And then we're going to a different website. Okay, I'm going to come down here and click on Explore AI API. Now I'm going to click on Grok. Go down, click on Grok Imagine. And we'll leave it image to video. Okay, I have a picture of a guy playing a guitar here, but he's going to go away. Now I'm going to select a couple of files. I have a picture of a man in a car. Wow, that's slow. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try again. Okay, there's the man in the car. And I'm going to add one more file. That's a picture of a night owl. That's uploading. And there's our owl. Okay, we're going to talk about the task ID and the index in a little bit. For now, I'm going to copy in the prompt we just read. Take up this one. And I'll leave things as they are as far as the rest of it. I'll change the duration to, let's say, 20 seconds. And we'll leave it at 480 pixels. And I'm going to click on Run. And here's the resulting video.
Was that okay? You missed one. Again. Was that okay? You missed one. Again.
So apparently we're in Australia because the guy is on the wrong side of the car. I'm in North America. Also, the words get repeated, and the first time it's wrong. So we're back here, and I'm going to say, I want the owl and the man to switch places. They are driving, they are in North America. I want the man to say, is that okay? And I want the owl to say, you missed one. And again, refine the prompt. Enter. And we have a new prompt. It says, use the uploaded owl image as the exact visual reference for the owl, preserving its appearance, feather patterns, proportions, and identity. Create a realistic cinematic driving test scene inside a North American left-hand drive car. The owl is in the driver's seat on the left side. Well, okay, so this is wrong. Okay, let's go down here. The owl is in the passenger seat, and the man is in the driver's seat. Refine prompt. Enter. Okay, let's try again. So here's a new prompt. Use the uploaded owl image as the exact visual reference for the owl, preserving its appearance, feather patterns, proportions, and identity. Create a realistic cinematic driving test scene inside a North American left-hand drive car. The nervous adult man is in the driver's seat on the left side, directly behind the steering wheel and controlling the car. The owl is in the front passenger seat on the right side, wearing a reflective driving instructor vest and small glasses. The owl is the owl is the driving instructor. The man is the student driver. Never switch their seats. The man slowly drives toward a quiet, completely empty four-way stop. He carefully brings the car to a complete stop, looks left, then right, and waits. The owl remains perfectly still in the passenger seat, silently staring at him with a serious, unimpressed expression. After an awkward pause, the nervous man turns slightly toward the owl and asks, "Is that okay?" The owl does not answer immediately. Without moving the rest of its body, the owl slowly rotates only its head almost completely around in a realistic owl-like motion, deliberately checking behind them and in every direction. After a long comedic pause, the owl smoothly rotates its head back toward the man, looks directly at him through its small glasses, and calmly says in a dry, deadpan voice, "You missed one." The man looks completely confused and baffled. The owl remains seated in the passenger seat, raises one wing and points toward the road, then firmly says, "Again." The man reluctantly starts driving again and slowly takes the car around the block, while the owl remains beside him, looking extremely disappointed and unimpressed. Keep the humor subtle and deadpan, with clear pauses so each joke lands. Maintain consistent characters, clothing, car interior, seating positions, and lighting throughout. Realistic owl anatomy and head rotation, realistic human reactions, natural vehicle movement, cinematic framing, and daylight. Exactly one owl and one man. Man always in the left driver's seat behind the steering wheel. Owl always in the right front passenger seat. The man speaks only, "Is that okay?" The owl speaks only, "You missed one," and again. Okay, let's try this one. We're going to come up here and copy it. And now we're going back here. And we're going to take out this prompt that we tried. And we're going to paste in the new prompt. I'll leave everything as is, and then I'm going to click on Run. And here's the
Is that
result of
okay?
the video. We're still in
You missed one.
Australia. But anyway,
Again.
we're going to leave it there because I want to move on to other things.
Is that okay?
You can see how quirky AI is. Interestingly, it came up with a convertible this time. But anyway, we're going to say the man must only say, "Is that okay?" once. The owl must only say, "You missed one," and again, once. Refine the prompt. Enter. Okay, let's try this. Use the uploaded owl image as the exact visual reference for the owl, preserving its appearance, feather patterns, proportions, and identity. Create a realistic cinematic driving test scene inside a North American left-hand drive car. The nervous adult man is in the driver's seat on the left side, directly behind the steering wheel, and the owl is in the front passenger seat on the right side, wearing a reflective driving instructor vest and small glasses. The owl is the driving instructor and the man is the student driver. Never switch their seats. The man slowly drives toward a quiet, completely empty four-way stop. He brings the car to a complete stop, carefully looks left, then right, and waits. The owl remains perfectly still in the passenger seat, silently staring at him with a serious, unimpressed expression. After an awkward pause, the man turns slightly toward the owl and nervously says exactly once, "Is that okay?" He does not repeat the question and says nothing else for the remainder of the video. The owl remains silent for a moment. Without moving the rest of its body, the owl slowly rotates only its head, almost completely around in a realistic owl-like motion, deliberately checking behind the car and every direction. After a long comedic pause, the owl smoothly rotates its head back toward the man, looks directly at him through its small glasses, and calmly says exactly once, "You missed one." The owl does not repeat this line. The man looks completely confused and baffled, but does not speak. The owl remains seated in the passenger seat, raises one wing and points toward the road, pauses briefly, then firmly says exactly once, "Again." The owl says nothing else after this. The man reluctantly starts driving again and slowly takes the car around the block while the owl remains in the passenger seat, looking extremely disappointed and unimpressed. Keep the comedy subtle and deadpan with deliberate silent pauses. Maintain consistent characters, clothing, car interior, seating positions, and lighting throughout. Exactly one owl and one man. Strict dialogue control. There are exactly 3 spoken lines in the entire video, each spoken one time only and in this exact order. Man, is that okay? Owl, you missed one. Owl, again. No repeated dialogue, no additional words, no overlapping speech, no narration, and no other voices. Okay, let's try it. Copy this one. And we're going back over here and taking out this prompt, pasting in our refined prompt. Now I'm going to click Run. And here's the video we
Is that
ended
okay?
up with for that one.
You missed
As you
one.
can see,
Again.
it's still
In.
wrong. So we're going to go back to the first website.
Is that okay? You missed one. Again.
Okay, we're going to say the man and the owl have to switch places in the car. Also, the words must not be repeated. Refine the prompt. Enter. And now we have used the uploaded owl image as the exact visual reference for the owl, preserving its appearance, feather patterns, proportions, and identity. Create a realistic cinematic driving test scene inside a North American left-hand drive car. Important seating. Switch the previous positions. The owl must be in the driver's seat on the left. No. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go down here and say the man must be in the driver's seat on the right side of the car. I'm thinking that because it's a front view, that's causing a problem. So we'll try this right side of the car and say the owl must be on the left side of the car. Refine the prompt. Enter. Okay, let's see what it says. It says, use the uploaded owl image as the exact visual reference for the owl, preserving its appearance, feather patterns, proportions, and identity. Create a realistic cinematic driving test scene inside a car. Critical seating and camera orientation. The man is the driver and must sit on the right side of the car, directly behind the steering wheel. The owl must sit in the front passenger seat on the left side of the car. The steering wheel is on the right side in front of the man. Do not mirror, reverse, or swap these positions at any point. The owl wears a reflective driving instructor vest and small glasses and behaves like a strict driving instructor. The nervous man slowly drives toward a quiet, completely empty four-way stop. He brings the car to a complete stop, carefully looks left, then right, and waits. The owl remains perfectly still in the left passenger seat, silently staring at him with a serious, unimpressed expression. After an awkward silence, the man looks toward the owl and says exactly once, "Is that okay?" The man remains completely silent after this. The owl pauses without speaking. Keeping its entire body motionless, the owl slowly rotates only its head, almost completely around in a natural owl-like motion, checking behind the car and every direction. The owl then slowly rotates its head back toward the man, stares directly at him through its small glasses, pauses, and calmly says exactly once, "You missed one." The man looks baffled and confused, but says absolutely nothing. The owl raises one wing and points toward the road ahead, gives the man a disappointed look, pauses, and says exactly once again. The man reluctantly starts driving and slowly takes the car around the block while the owl remains seated on the left, looking extremely disappointed. Keep the humor dry and deadpan with deliberate silent pauses. Realistic owl anatomy and head rotation, realistic human reactions, natural vehicle movement, cinematic daylight, and detailed car interior. Position lock. Man equals right driver's seat behind the steering wheel. Owl equals left front passenger seat. Never swap, mirror, or reverse them. Dialogue lock. Exactly 3 spoken lines in the entire video, each spoken exactly once and in this exact order. Man, is that okay? Owl, you missed one. Owl, again. No repeated words or lines, no additional dialogue, no narration, no background voices, no duplicated audio, and no overlapping speech. Okay, let's see how this one goes. Copy it. Back over here. And we're just going to change this prompt. and paste in the new one. Everything else stays as is. No, actually, I'm going to make it 16 by 9 because that will give us a bigger view of the car. And I'm going to click on Run. And here's the video.
Is that
At
okay?
least we got the man on the right, on
You
the,
missed
the
one.
correct side of the
Again.
car, but he repeats himself.
Is that okay? You missed one. Again.
So because we got another
Is that
quirky
okay?
video, all I did was
You
I
missed
went back
one.
and changed
Again.
to 10 seconds duration. I don't know what it is, but AI seems to think it has to fill up the time you give it. Okay, so now we're going to go on to using or changing this video, and then we're going to talk about the index feature. Here's what we
You
got.
missed one. Which one?
We could go on and
Behind
on,
you.
but for the
I
sake
can't
of
do that.
time, we're going
That
to go
sounds like a
on to
you
the
problem.
index feature. Okay, so we're back here. I'm going to go down, and this time I'm going to set the index feature in the middle, or on 3. It goes to 5. It's easier to show you than to explain. The index is like choosing a different starting roll of the dice. If you use the same prompt but change the index, this can produce a different version of the image or video. The index number itself usually doesn't mean stronger, better, or more creative. For example, 5 isn't necessarily more varied than 2. So the prompt is what you want, and the index is which version you get. So if you don't like your prompt, if you like your prompt, but don't like the result, changing the index can be a way to try another interpretation without rewriting the whole prompt. Okay, we're setting it to 3, and we're clicking Run.
You missed one. Which one? Behind you. I can't do that. That sounds like a you problem.
Like in Australia. My goodness. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to go down here and set the index to 5 and click on Run.
You missed one. Which one? Behind you. I can't do that. That sounds like a you problem.
Well, it looks like with the index set at 5, we're back in North America, so that's good. Anyway, that's it for today. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe in the bottom right-hand corner.